Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily free guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us for this journey of healing, self-expansion, and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to remind us that we've passed the 500 marker of Reparenting Daily. As a celebration of that, I've opened the Patreon community for free membership so that you can join our Zoom calls for free. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and many people are struggling. And so my hope with this is to encourage others to take up the serious work of reparenting on themselves and to offer and provide a free community where people can do that. I'd also like to personally thank all of you who have been along for the journey so far. Just as a reminder, this is a free podcast, but I do sell the Reparenting Daily Journal where you can follow us along with all the monthly and weekly themes, and where you can also join us in our free Zoom calls to reflect on the weekly themes as we make our way through the year. This is something that I've opened up for free, but you can purchase the journal if you'd like to support the podcast. You can also just copy the themes within your own journal and follow us along there. If you'd like to support us in other ways, you can also join the Patreon with a paid subscription or also donate on Buy Me a Coffee. Just as a reminder, I've created another resource called Fairy Tales for Reparenting. This is a 3-volume series that organizes fairy tales from around the world into the 3 phases of the hero's journey, from beginning, middle, to end. Now, these are fairy tales that come from Grimm's fairy tales and other traditions and other cultures around the world. And while you might think that fairy tales are for kids, actually, these stories contain profound truths and lessons that we can use in our reparenting journey. So these books are a very simple and creative way to connect to your inner child. I'd like to send a very warm thank you to Maria, who has been helping me to edit the books since I had some difficulties in the fall and I've had some issues with my eyes. So now the first 2 volumes are available on Amazon in ebook or regular book format, so you can check those out, and we'll be working on that last volume to release to you as soon as possible. But again, these stories are ways to connect with lessons that are shared across different cultures, to reconnect with your inner child, and to really teach yourself some lessons that have been carried down for centuries and millennia. As we're passing episode 550, I'd like to also turn your attention to the fact that I've changed the meditation at the end of the podcast, and so you can check that out now for a new experience of binaural beats. So this helps with binaural stimulation from the left to right ear, a bit like a replication of the EMDR experience. So I'm hoping that this can help bring you guys some relief, and we'll have other meditations coming soon as we progress with the rest of the year. So with these announcements now out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is an article entitled How to Find Joy in Simplicity, and this is by Living by Design. Just as a reminder, we're in November, and the theme is gratitude and abundance. We're in week 3, and the theme for this week is finding joy in simple things. How to Find Joy in Simplicity by Dania Otenyo. Not long ago, my life was a whirlwind of activities. I was struggling a new job, family, and church commitments. There were never enough hours in the day. One evening, I was rushing to prepare dinner when my husband tapped me on the shoulder, smiled, and hugged me. I paused, really looked at him, and felt a wave of joy wash over me. I couldn't remember the last time I simply hugged my husband. That moment stuck with me. Whenever I feel overwhelmed by life, that memory brings me peace. It was a profound experience. We won't find joy in the hustle and bustle, but in the simple, often overlooked moments of our lives. 7 steps to find joy in simplicity. As Christians, finding joy in simplicity can be life-changing. Here are 7 ways we can find true joy in the simple things. Number 1, practice gratitude daily. We give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Theologians 5:18. We can start each day by listing a few things we're grateful for in our lives. It doesn't have to be grand. The warm sun, a good cup of tea, or a kind word from a friend. This practice shifts our focus from what's lacking to what we already have. Number 2, slow down and savor the moment. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. It's easy to rush through life in our fast-paced world. Take time to slow down and savor the little moments. Slowing down helps us see the beauty in everyday life. Birds chirping on a morning walk, or meeting a friend for coffee. Number 3, simplify your schedule. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Cutting down on unnecessary commitments can open up space for joy. Prioritize what's truly important and let go of the rest. Number 4, find joy in serving others. Each of you should use whatever gift you received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. 1 Peter 4:10. Serving others brings a deep sense of fulfillment and joy. Every week, I pick up an extra dessert my husband likes and surprise him with it. The joy on his face fills my heart with joy. Number 5, connect with nature. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalms 19:1. Spending time in nature is a wonderful way to find joy. God's creation lifts our spirits and reminds us of his greatness. And number 6, cultivate a heart of contentment. But godliness with contentment is great gain. 1 Timothy 6:6. Contentment doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating what we have. Cultivating a heart of contentment by focusing on our blessings. We can pray for contentment in our circumstances if we are to walk through a season of sadness and disappointment. And number 7, spend quality time with loved ones. And let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds. Hebrews 10:24. Quality time with loved ones brings immense joy. Make an effort to connect meaningfully with family and friends. Thank you. And that's the reading for today. You can check out the link in the show notes to read the remainder of the article. This reading makes one thing painfully obvious. Most people miss their lives while rushing through them. The writer describes how she was buried under responsibilities until one small ordinary moment, a simple hug, cut through the noise and delivered a shock of real joy. The message is direct. Joy doesn't live in milestones, productivity, or constant striving. It lives in presence. And presence requires slowing down long enough to feel what actually matters. The reading also reframes simplicity as a spiritual and emotional strategy. Joy grows when life is uncultured, when we stop piling our schedules, stop performing for external approval, and start giving attention to the people and moments right in front of us. Serving others, walking in nature, savoring tiny pleasures, practicing gratitude, simplifying commitments. These aren't cute habits. They're nervous system resets that shift you out of scarcity, fear, and overwhelm, and into connection, contentment, and abundance. From a reparenting perspective, this reading hits even harder. Your inner child never got to slow down, savor moments, or feel safe in joy. Simplicity wasn't an option. Survival was the whole job. This week's theme asks you to give that inner child what they were denied. Quiet gentleness, moments of peace, and the right to enjoy the small, steady good things in your life. Joy through simplicity becomes a form of repair, and abundance begins with that kind of safety. As we go into the journal prompts for today, number 1, what simple joys do I regularly rush past because survival mode trained me not to stop? And what would it look like to pause for them? Number 2, where can I simplify my schedule, environment, or expectations so joy has room to breathe? And number 3, when was a small moment that unexpectedly filled me with peace or warmth? And what made that moment safe? And how can I recreate that feeling intentionally? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment.